Fat Guy Flies RC. All right, second flight on my second flight ever on my fourth Carbon T-28. Got the KM model speed checker in there to check our speed, and we're also going to take it up, and I'm actually going to have the AS3X turned on this time, but I've got them turned down all the way. The gains are basically 0, and then I will advance them as to where I find out where I feel like they're comfortable and where I feel like it's happy, we're the happy place, and then I'll let it fly for 3 seconds with kind of off sticks, let it go for 3 seconds, and then let the gyro lock those values in. So, all right, right, left, up, down, right, left. 5,000 smart pack in there with a 30C 6S Spectrum smart pack. And yeah, take it up for the 5 minutes, high rates. And like I said, AS3X actually is on this time. Hope it won't have any problem with the retracts this time. I had on the maiden flight one retract, didn't want to. I mean, it finally went up, but you need to remember to try to cycle your gear a couple of times. All right, still not going to be able to test my flaps out because it's so windy. All right, AS3X.
The gyro is turned off. AS3X home.
AS3, I want to make sure the gyro's turned on this time. All right, how am I going to relay gains to you if I can't capture them and say here's what they are if I don't ever use the stupid thing? So, but the maiden, it flew fine without it. All right, here we go.
Retracts tucked away.
Like I said, gains are it's windy. All right, let me turn them gains up a little bit now. When she starts feeling locked in, that's where I'll freeze them. Tad bit more. All right. Happy with that right there. All right.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
Oh yeah. I remember this, sweetheart. All right.
Down and ready to land.
I can see my gear. It is just so windy though. Gosh, it's windy.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
It is so windy. Beautiful plane though. Absolutely beautiful plane. E-Flite, you need to get up off of that wallet and put suspension gear on that. I'm sorry. It should come with that. Really. If you come out with a version 4 of this thing, that's what you need to do. Alright. Don't need flaps, but I want to see.
Flaps.
I don't need them, but I just want to see how they react just as far as takeoff. Hey, I'm not going to get a good reading, but
Flaps
yeah,
up.
it's hard to tell if that's the wind lifting her up or just the momentum or what. It's just if they're being effective or not. It's just too windy to tell.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Hey, she'll snap roll.
Gear down and ready to land.
All right. There. Oh, a little bitty tap and go there. All right, now, for you grass guys, which is actually the majority of y'all have grass fields. Our grass is not cut for this, but
remaining 1 minute. Take off flaps.
But I want to show it to you. All right, here we go.
Flaps up. ESC 21.51 volts.
All right, there's my warning. There you go. Grass ops. What a big, easy flying beast. All right, go over our settings. This time I'm going to capture, turn the motor off. We're going to go over the AS3X settings right off the bat. I'm going to go ahead and get them captured. All right, in real time, the gains that I'm happy with, that I'm capturing, I'm going to keep. Roll 17, pitch 21, yaw 25. Capture those. All right, that's my new limits. She flew just beautifully on that. Priority, all at 140. Nothing with heading stop lock, all at 35. Nothing with release rate gains or one-time gains. So that's my AS3X settings. Now, I'm going to show you my flap settings, but I didn't really use flaps today. I just tried on takeoff, but I don't know how effective they were because I'm going into so much wind. All right, flaps up, negative 100%. Takeoff flap, 0% with 10% down elevator. Landing 100% with 18% down elevator.
Flaps up.
2-second deployment. All right, now And the rates I just flew in, aileron 100%, 30% expo, elevator 100%, 30% expo, rudder the same, 100%, but with 40% expo. Now let's check our speed and our battery. CG, I'm sorry folks, but she's such a big, heavy plane. And for this kind of plane, I'm going to turn her upside down, check her wheels up. But it's 180 millimeters back from the leading edge root, which puts it basically right. You got the big hardest point here for your gear, right behind that and straight in. Okay, and that's where it's at. I got a little, but just take a ruler, mark you a spot, and that's what you use. Okay, 180 millimeters back. But where I've got the battery at is perfect CG. Okay, now honey, if you'll come here, if we can see this, our top speed was 79 mile an hour.
Where are you looking at?
Right there, that middle number right there.
Okay.
79.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
Still manual.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Yeah, you're in autofocus.
Yep, I'm good.
So our speed was 79 mile an hour. And let's look at this has a little button on the side. You can check your battery. See, 3.8 a cell with 50% left on the battery. And I love this thing. This is a KM model speed checker. It's supposed to check your altitude too, but I don't really know if I'm doing that one right. I don't know if I have that set right, because that says, what does that say?
253.6 feet.
200, maybe that's how high I was, 253 feet. I could see that, but yeah, maybe. But I know the speed is right. So anyway, you had to calibrate it. You just held that button for 3 seconds, and it found 20 satellites. So I'm not too concerned about that. It's got plenty of satellites. That's where I've got the 5000, and good flying plane, simple plane to fly as far as setting it up. The only complaint that I have is the same complaint I had with the last big yellow one, is the gear should be suspension gear. We should not have to go in and buy A10 Freewing A10 nose gear, and we should not have to go buy P47 FMS P47, their big suspension gear, and we shouldn't have to do all that. You know, for what you're paying, this should be suspension gear. Okay, it's good gear. They've really improved the reliability of the retracts, even though on the maiden while ago one got hung up. But you need to remember, you as a pilot, you need to cycle your gear a couple of times. They're just waking up too. They haven't had their coffee, so you need to cycle them a few times before you take off. And I only cycled them one time off camera, so that's partly my fault. So anyway, but it's still embarrassing when I show something brand new and it doesn't work right. But it worked right, because after flying around a little bit, it heated up. It worked just fine. Had zero issue after that, and I didn't have any issue with the gear on this particular flight. When she came in the box, the corner of this wing was a little crunched, and underneath that part of the fuse was a little crunched, just a little bit, just a little compression. But big plane, the box was pretty beat up, so I kind of expected that, but not a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker. The plane goes together very simply. You've got two big bolts to hold the wing in. You slide the wing in, you put the long spar in the front, the shorter spar in the back, fiberglass spars, slide the wings together, fish your wires through. You got two doublers that hold the wing on. Two bolts hold the elevator in, or horizontal stabilizer, and it has its own wing spar. You put the rudder in, it's all one assembly. You put those things together, put the rudder in, slide your elevator in. It's only thing you got to hook up is your elevator. Everything else is hooked up for you. I did have to manually trim one of the ailerons. They were a little off, but all the other control surfaces are already hooked up for you. And she set up by the book. The rates I told you were by the book, with the exception of I use a little more expo than they suggest, but the actual rates was by the book. She does have thrust reverse, but I didn't use it. I mean, I can demonstrate it. She does have it.
Motor armed and me. Braking. Seconds. Cruise mode.
She does have it, but
Off and safe to touch.
you know, didn't really need it. Now, we said we had what, 53% according to that checker. Let's see what the smart telemetry says. on this. If I can find it. There it is. Okay. It says 40%. So see, I've always said that the spectrum telemetry is a little more conservative. And I actually took the time to set it up correctly this time. So just understand, I would still go by the spectrum telemetry in with your flying, because that way you come back with a little more battery than you thought. And let's face it, if you've been in this hobby long enough, your batteries are your biggest ongoing expense. Well, folks, that was the second flight of my 4th Carbon ZT-28. The price I paid was $619, just like you. And then after I find it, get receipt, and it gets onto shipping, they lower the price to $5.99. So it's $5.99 now. Well, 20 bucks. So, all right. Well, God bless you. Y'all have a good one. Camera Precious, thank you for filming. Thank you for stopping by, folks. And this is the T-28, second flight ever in the books. The only thing I did is give her those quick connects. Oh yeah. Come here, honey. Let me show them those quick connects. I forgot. You need to see these. These are the electrodynamic. I'll put a link, because you have 8 leads that come from this wing and 8 leads that come from this wing. So you got 8 things you have to plug in, and that's a pain in the butt. That's not a very good design. So I bought these one click. They're from electrodynamic.com. I'll put a link, and they're 25 bucks each, and they are worth the headache they save. They're worth the price versus the headache they prevent. They're more than worth it. So there you go. All right, I just want to show those off. They are very, very, very handy. And that's the 4th time I've bought those. So y'all have a good one. God bless you. And don't forget, faith, family, and friends will be a camera roll for the pictures afterwards. And we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.